This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Hey, hold right there. Don't dare skip this. This is an important message. Me and my boy Albert Davis, we want to tell you about our podcast, Seriously Dad. Albert, why should they listen?
Because it's the best podcast in the world. It's by two comedians who are dads. And you know what we're talking about? Being dads. It's called Seriously Dad. Check us out on social media at Seriously Dad Podcast. And
anywhere you get your podcast, that's where we're at. We're funny. We got some great guests coming our way. We cover the topics you want to hear. Check us out.
The old saying goes, if you don't work, you don't eat. Well, there's a new saying for the new generation. You either grind or starve. Established in 2015, Grind or Starve Apparel has become the premier fashion brand for today's hustlers, entrepreneurs, and CEOs in the making. The online store provides groundbreaking styles and innovative designs for today's go-getters, proving that you can grind and look good at the same time. Grind or Starve has several collections to choose from. The new GOS Luxury, Designer, Location Apparel, rep your city to the fullest, Fitness, Barber Edition, Stylist Edition, and Baker's Edition. Go to gosapparel.com the next time you need a hoodie, polo, G-shirts, bags, all made with the best quality materials. Grind or Starve. The choice is yours. Go to gosapparel.com. High IQ basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. What's going on, bro?
I'm gonna go for like a quadruple double.
And welcome to another edition of High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. I'm Brian Isley. That's Raymond Byrd. We got super producer Neil. Neil, what is our record?
As of right now, we have a tie and a win for each.
Tie and a win for each going into episode 4.
Same information I shared with you guys at the end of episode 3. 1-1-1.
But we didn't. I didn't
2-1, not 3-0 like you was talking. 1-1-1.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Gave Neil work for no reason.
Cool. I mean, I'm going to win today, so it's going to change. I don't know what the squabbling's about. Not only are you going to lose today, you losing in the fantasy league as well. I told him I wasn't going to say it, but I lied. I told him I wasn't going to say it, but I have to. I'm smoking everybody right now.
It's over on Sunday.
It's over on Sunday, yeah.
More games to be played.
Yeah, it's over on Sunday. I'm over here trashing him. He's going to be 1-1. And I'm going to be 1-1. I think everybody probably going to be 1-1.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. But we're not here to talk about the fantasy league. We're here to talk about the actual league, which is the NBA. The in-season tournament got underway yesterday, and there is mixed reviews regarding it, especially with the looks of the court.
I like the courts.
You do?
It looked game-ish. At one point, when I first saw the video of it or the pictures of it, I thought it was fake. It reminds me of the what it had. I think UNLV did something like that. Was it Fresno State or somebody did something like that with they court where it's all
Oregon always do crazy stuff.
So, I don't know. It's a tournament. It's a floor. Who cares?
A lot of people.
They ain't changed the rim to 9.5 feet.
A lot of people care. But a lot of people are complaining. Actually, Adam Silver went viral yesterday
for that
because people.
Who cares? That's like, you want to complain about the jersey? If they threw throwback jerseys on, would that have been an issue too?
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
It definitely would have been. You know how people are. It's new.
What's at stake? You win the tournament, you get money, right? That's it. Players get money.
The winners get every member on the team gets $500K.
That's incentive enough. At the end of the day, I think the whole point is to make the regular season games worth more. You know what I mean? How many times we all complain about, these guys are taking games off. Mm-hmm. These guys aren't showing, they're not playing hard, blah, blah, blah. Now you got an opportunity to see these guys have a reason to get there. Oh, you got 500,000. I think 500,000 for even the guy making the most money in the league is significant money, right?
Right.
So if it's going to contribute to us having good basketball. Who has an issue with that?
A lot of people, because they got issues with these court. The Lakers court is fire.
Is it this
I
one?
thought the Bulls court was fire. I like it.
This way people can take a little look. If you do, or if you're not on the YouTube, get on the YouTube so you can take a little look.
The Lakers court is fire. I like Boston's court. I like them all. I don't have any complaints about these courts. The fans were trashing Indiana's court.
I don't know. I ain't see. Did you see the Bulls court? That remember the Bulls' old entrance? I'm like, yo, that's what they should have came out to this court. Like that,
right.
That's what it brought back for me. Jordan them come out when they had the old entrance with the championship days.
Yeah.
The Bulls court with the trophy in the middle and the ball, that's on hard.
Yeah. But it's a lot of
who cares? The court is 10 foot, nothing. The 3-point line is the same. There's no 5-point shots, none of that.
It's no 5-point shots. I wish there was.
Everything is official.
Yeah. People were saying it was too bright.
Man,
it was hurting their eyes. This is what people were actually saying. I was on Twitter X.
Listen, man,
I was on there and I was seeing people complaining about that shit.
If it's contributing to these dudes playing ball at a high level and they have a reason to play, like
they do have a
win
reason
$500,000. I guarantee the dudes coming off the bench is going super hard.
They going super hard. I think Bones Highland was being interviewed. He admitted that he didn't know what was going on, but he knew the money was at stake.
Listen, 500,000. Is it 500? I thought it was an M.
Everybody gets $500K
for just playing. Or the winners?
The winners.
Listen, man, 500,000. I'm going hard. I'm good. I'm hooping. I'm diving on the floor. It's like a playoff game. All that.
And that's a great.
It's some dudes on the bench that ain't getting 500,000 for the year. Some of these dudes on
they get
double contracts
for the
G
year.
League. They're going back and forth between it. Man,
right. So there's crazy
and
incentive.
a $500,000 check. Not spread out through the season.
Yes.
Come on, y'all bugging, man. I'm hooping.
They get that, and I believe the runners up get $250.
I'm hooping. Y'all bugging.
Hooping.
This is a reason for guys to go hard. That's why we complain. We're always complaining about the regular season. What do we always? We go into the season and say the season don't start till Christmas.
I don't say that dumb shit,
but people say it all the time, right? Though the NBA, the season doesn't start until we get to Christmas. They put an in-season tournament at the beginning of the year
to build.
We're gonna rev this up, right? We're gonna rev it up off the top.
It means something immediately.
500,000.
It means something immediately. And they were going hard last night.
You like it or not, you gotta like the reason they did it.
The Bucks and the Knicks had a very compelling game last night. Brunson put up a 40-piece Mongolian glaze.
one ranch. One ranch dipping sauce, two celery stalks. It was
all flats though, because he lost.
2 celery stalks, you know what I mean?
They went hard. And Dame put up a 30-piece.
Right.
Mango habanero.
And he closed it. Tough 3-pointer off that screen on the wing. That's a tough shot to make. Right. Listen, I'm cool with it because, like I said, it's making these guys have a reason to hoop. You got 82 games, the season spread out. You got so many teams. A team like Milwaukee, who at the end of the day, they know that they're playing for a championship or bust, right?
Yeah.
So you got a regular season game, and it's got a tournament feel to it. You got a chance to win something.
Mm-hmm.
You got a chance for these guys to go hard. You can't complain about that. You got an opportunity to see basketball being played at a playoff level, a playoff atmosphere. Who's going to complain about that?
Now, here's the thing, though, and we may not agree on this. We may be on the same page. Whoever wins the NBA Cup, what does it mean? What's the significance?
Nothing
behind it.
You won 500,000. That's the significance of it. It's not going on your basketball resume.
It's going to go on their basketball resume.
It's not going on your basketball resume.
It is.
I don't care what
it is literally going to go on their basketball resume.
No one is going to say, "Oh, Brian Thompson,
Who the hell is Brian Thompson? Who's that?
Cup champion. He's the
that?
all-time leader in the cup tournament.
You gotta
Nobody saying that, man.
You gotta delete that. First of all, I go by my stage name only. This guy throwing out governments. He don't know if I got warrants or what. This guy bugging. Second of all, it is literally going to go on your resume. When you pull up the Wikipedia, that's going to be one of the things mentioned.
All right, no, it's not going to hold any weight.
It's not going to hold.
No, it's not going to change how I feel if SGA goes out here and wins the Cup championship and gets MVP. I'm not looking at him any differently than I would have looked at him going into the tournament. But 500,000, that's a nice consolation prize, man. It's not going to. It's not LeBron. If LeBron goes crazy in the cup and win the chip, you look. It's going to. Oh shit, that's it. He's the GOAT. All questions is answered.
Nope. It ain't gonna move the needle at all for him. But if he get to the championship game and lose, all hell gonna break loose, and you know it. You know it. They gonna go crazy if he loses.
There's no pressure on anybody to win.
There's pressure on him.
We are in November.
There's pressure on him.
No pressure on
There's
you.
Pressure
you
on
want to
him.
win basketball games and you want to win $500,000. That's it. That's the only incentive.
You know the trolls will come out in droves if he gets to the championship game in Vegas, prime time NBA basketball, and he loses. You know they're gonna say something.
And
but if he wins,
dumb.
they'll say nothing.
They'll be dumb.
They'll be dumb. They're always dumb. That's why they're not on the show.
Tournament that will elevate no one. What it will do, I think, is it'll help prepare your team for the tournament later on in the season. You know what I mean? Like playing in pressure games, pressure situation, you get a chance to get, maybe if you treat it the right way, you get your rotation right, how you want to close games. A team like Milwaukee, this could really help them because they're a new constructed team like Boston, going into that
maybe they'll learn how to play defense because they're ranked 29th right now.
Who's that?
Milwaukee.
Hey, dang. You look, ho. We remember I was talking about a previous episode, we was talking about Damon Holiday, right?
Yeah.
The thing that you give up with Holiday is Brunson going for 45. You know what I mean? And not to say that was all on Dame. I'm pretty sure it was pick and rolls and switches and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
all that was going on.
He went for 45. He probably ain't going for 45 of Holiday in the building.
Probably not. But we also said that sometimes being the best defender means nothing because we saw Jimmy go crazy and hang buckets on the same Drew Holiday that we praised defensively.
I mean, correct, but Brunson, I think we can both agree Brunson ain't going for 45 if Holiday.
We don't know that.
And I think if you go back and you look at some of the losses that Milwaukee has, go back to the Atlanta game. Guards is going to get busy at him against him. And if you're a smart team, you're going to run a lot of action to get him.
Yeah.
You're going to try to get him. In situations where he has to guard.
That's wild.
Because he don't guard.
And they're going to wind up losing that way. They're not winning a championship. They're not coming out of the East.
But that's not even, the expectations, right? I mean, you look at what that is and the expectations are a championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But very rarely do teams constructed in that first year go get a championship. Maybe you got a chance to see what you got and you make the adjustment. Whatever you missing, you might have to go get a defensive guard to put next to Dame at your 2 spot. I can guard 1s and 2s, so Dame can go. Just like with Curry,
you guard the 1s and 2s.
Oh, Curry, come on, stop it. Curry don't guard no great player. You go high, Curry. You go find the weakest guy on the floor, and you go stuff Curry. Steph, you go guard him, and that's the same thing, and maybe they ain't got the personnel quite yet.
They don't have the personnel.
Yeah, and they might get it at the deadline. They might get it in the buyout. Who knows? But you know what I mean? Sometimes
now Boston got it.
Boston also got 2 turnover-prone goals. I picked them to come out the East, so I'm not saying
you picked them to come out the East after you initially picked Milwaukee to come out the East.
Because I had to go back. I went and rewatched the first and second episode.
Let's not change the narrative.
My expertise.
You saw the first episode and realized I was right.
I'm going against myself. That's what I was doing. I'm going against my own knowledge.
You saw the first, and your knowledge was wrong. It was wrong.
I just didn't take my own knowledge.
Your knowledge was wrong. I said Boston. You said Milwaukee. You went back and looked at the tape. You said, "Oh snap, he right. I'm gonna go with Boston.
Nah, see, what really took place, I'm listening to you speak, and I'm like, I can't agree with him because I know he wrong. So that's what made me
I
was in the first place. But then I went back and listened to what I was saying. I was like, all he did was listen to me.
So pride
and make his decision off of what I said.
So pride made you go the wrong direction just because you ain't want to agree with me.
Because I knew you don't know what you're talking about.
That's crazy. To lie you over you now you just lied. Just for the
so you already know.
No, but for those, I think the other reason why people are like kind of reluctant to accept the in-season NBA tournament is because they're just like Bones Holland. They don't know what the hell's going on. So here's how it goes down. It started on November 3rd, culminates December 9th in Vegas in the championship game. Group play, all 30 teams are involved, and they were randomly selected into 6 groups of 5 within their conference. And it was based on the records from last year.
Is it centralized location for each group?
It's not neutral.
There's no home court.
There's home court. There's 2 home games and there's 2 away games.
So out of your group, you play the teams in your group. And the team with the best record moves on, or is it like a tournament in your group?
Yeah. I'm gonna explain further. If you shut the hell up.
Don't get sassy, bro. Relax.
Each team plays 4 designated 20 nights, 1 game each opponent in its group, 2 home games, 2 away games, as I mentioned. 8 teams then advance to the knockout rounds. The knockout rounds are single elimination, and that culminates in the championship game in December. Prize pool is $500K for the winners and the coveted NBA Cup.
Coveted.
Who's gonna win? Who you think cares enough to win the NBA Cup? Because you said there's incentive. People playing for money. People want to win for that reason, if not anything else. And bragging rights going. I guess you have bragging rights for the rest of the year until the playoffs start.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, you want to go say who the best team is? I guess you would say maybe Boston, but I don't know. I don't know who in November is going to be locked in.
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's just say the Lakers win the NBA Cup.
All right.
How does that fare for them heading into the rest of the season?
I think if you win the cup, that means that you're in November, you're playing basketball. You're playing good basketball. Mm-hmm. And that they're a team that would just they added some pieces to what they already had. That means that they're rounding into form. Guys are playing well. So I think it bodes well for how you're moving forward for the rest of the season. But I don't necessarily think that who wins the cup is going to have any say on who's going to win the real chip.
You don't?
I don't. But I think, like I said, I think it can help in regards to some of these teams that are constructed, who are just constructed, with Dame going to Milwaukee, Boston adding the pieces they got. You got a chance to put rotations together and, high leverage moments, playoff type atmosphere. So I think that, will play a part. You get an idea of how you want to coach and how you want to,
Okay. I'll give you an answer. I think it's going to be, a middle of the pack team.
I can see it. I mean,
because the single elimination, anything can happen, and if they get to that part of it,
and they probably look at it like, this is big for us. We probably ain't got a chance to win it all, but we could win this.
Yeah. So that goes back to my original point. It does mean something to somebody.
I mean, I think it means something to anybody who values $500,000 or $250,000. That's who. Anybody who want that bread. It's like I said, it's dudes in the league who, you throw in your taxes and all that, you getting a one-time hit of $500,000.
Right.
I don't care what type of contract you on. You about to get not a game check, not a check. You getting a one-time payment of $500,000. I think that's incentive enough to go hard.
Okay. Does this last?
Yeah. So I think it's going just like everybody complained about the play-in. People hated the play. I was one of the people who hated the play-in. Now you actually like the play-in because it forces teams at the bottom of the pack to actually play ball and stop everybody trying to tank. So
that's what I said initially. I'm like, it creates incentive for people to play in the regular season. This is what people were complaining about. The regular season is boring. There's nothing going on. Then they add the play-in, and they complain about the play-in. Then they add the end-season tournament. They complain about the end-season tournament. The NBA is trying to be proactive and trying to get ahead of the complaints, but it just, I guess with a lot of people, it's just if it's new and I don't understand it, and if it ain't pop yet, I ain't messing with it.
I agree. It's like one of those things where you put your little box up there and say any complaints, throw your little thing in there. Well, they actually opened up the box and read what you put in there, and they trying to do something about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that this is a step in the right direction. Like we said, people always say basketball don't really start to get important until you get to Christmas. They're trying to make the games before Christmas important and trying to give these players incentive to play hard.
I can't stand when people say
true
that.
Though.
It's always a dummy saying it.
It's true though. Like you go back and really look at the league, especially at the beginning of the season, teams don't really start to ratchet it up until they get to around Christmas when they start to really round into form on guys starting to really, some guys ain't coming into camp in tip top shape. You know what I mean? So I think around Christmas where you start to get the games that really start to matter, people start to really care. And you also around Christmas, you typically basketball starts to become the more important sport, right? Once you get around Christmas.
Does it really? Because football season is still going on and the playoffs are about to start, and people claim that they love football so much. It's the number one sport in America. That's when football really ratchet up and get ready for the postseason.
Go Eagles, baby. 7-1. Big game Sunday, man. 4:00. Everybody tune in.
You in the building?
I ain't in the building. They was charging crazy. Like $1,500 for $1,500 was getting you in the 200s. I ain't paying $1,500.
$1,500 was getting you in the bleeds.
Yeah, $1,500 ain't even getting you in the 100s. I ain't paying $1,500 to be in the bleeds.
That's crazy. They disrespectful. I hope they lose now.
Who?
Eagles.
Chill, man. I'm not even doing this with you, bro.
Can't even be spoken. Can't even be spoken.
Eagles. I don't give a.
All right, so I got Brian's up. I mean, I'm that's okay.
You ain't gotta explain it.
I know. I'm on
you
a
ain't
show.
Gotta cater to him.
I'm not. I'm not. You're right.
Nothing. The score is the score.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn it.
Yeah, what my
because you was about to go into.
I was about to be like, yo, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Sorry,
Ray, I'm really fighting for you. No,
nah.
There was a foul. There was a Ray got a foul. He went to the line. He got one in for that.
Who fouled him? I found him.
Yeah, you found him. That fantasy dig, I was like, you shouldn't do that. That's just rude. You said you weren't.
Was it? I did.
Yeah, you did say you weren't.
You're right.
Anyway, so I was like, he went to the line. He got one in. So yeah, and then the tournament agreement. Yours had like the defense for the matchups for Brian and all that stuff. So yeah, we're going into the second period.
Red flag with me going forward.
All right, we're going into. You gonna make challenges now? You gonna start challenges?
Come on, ref. Neil, I'm sorry.
What they doing in the league?
That's crazy, bro.
They just roll the camera back.
You should. If you bring a red flag, that'd be hilarious. I'm with all that. It's just like a game anyway, so we gotta bring in everything. We gotta encompass everything. Quarter number 2, Wimbe is now 2-0 against KD. In the second game, at home, I believe, for Phoenix against the Spurs, Wimbe had 38 and 10, and looked like the best player on the floor.
Yeah, I think I said, and I forget what our episode it was. I think
it was episode 2.
He gonna be an all-star. He gonna start an all-star game.
Yes.
3 years, he gonna be the best player in the league.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that when I first saw him, but when you saw him playing the NBA game against NBA competition, his game, it's the league, and his size is something I ain't gonna say we ain't never seen, because I heard people say you got Bol Bol, but this boy,
we're gonna get into that later, because that's
this boy something different. He's special. He stay healthy. He is going to be him. The Spurs will win championships in the future.
Wow,
like he's going to be in that conversation, the top 10 player ever. He stay healthy. He's going to be in that.
It's not. It's okay. It's not. You know, this is year one, and I'm so used to you being of the mindset of slow your horses, dog.
Slow your horse.
Like
right.
you jump in the gun. These are your catchphrases.
Right.
Slow down. You jump in the gun. You bugging. chill out. But with Wimbe, you seem to be all in. These are things that I was telling you about Luka. These are things I told you years ago about KD. And you said to me, it's too early.
There was things I didn't see. Like I remember KD first early in his career was like, it wasn't dominant. You know, I mean, I seen him in Texas. He was dominant. Early on in OKC, it was times where I thought Russ was the better player. Russ was the more dominator. He had the stronger personality. His game was stronger. His game stood out more. He was more of the leader. And KD, you know, you could argue that he's never really even now as he's a vet, he never turned into a leader. Never. But with Wimbe, and I ain't even necessarily talking about the leadership part, he's still a young player, but he on a young team and there is no leader. So he can naturally fall into that position because he's the best player. And there were 2 games against, you know, KD, and it wasn't him versus KD, so to speak, but I think it was just he understood the moment. He understood what was on the table. Like game 1, you surprised him. You stole a game, right? Game 2, you expect Phoenix to come out there and smoke them. Yeah. Wimbe come out there like, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put 38 up. I'm gonna show you this first game wasn't a fluke. Like he the real deal. He got a full ball game. He got a full package. And I think somebody was talking about, what if this dude fell out like Giannis? That's not crazy. That's not, something that I think that's what is going to happen. He's going to get stronger. He's in a great organization. He has a great coach. Wimbe's he stay injury free, no crazy injuries. Wimbe's going to beat him.
Side note, Book played in the second game. Yeah. You mentioned how great the organization of San Antonio is. Legendary coach Greg Popovich. Here's what I love about the Spurs. They draft under the radar and they always get diamonds in the rough. They always get gems. You could go back to Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, and they fill their roster with complementary pieces to their twin towers of David Robinson and Tim Duncan, and now they have complementary pieces around Wimbe. They have Vassell, who I love. They have Sohan, who's a dog. They have a very good, competent roster that seems very hungry. They seem like they're going to be on the brink if they stay together. That they're going to be on the brink to something very, very good, and it's going to be reminiscent of old times in San Antonio in a couple years.
I completely agree. Like they definitely, they were on that not recruit, but overseas, sending scouts out there to find those Tony Parkers and Manus and so on. It was on that wave. They was on that wave before everybody was on that wave. And I think right now, these last couple of years when they was trash, I think that they were building. And I don't care how you build, you get lucky, right? You get lucky and you get Tim Duncan. You get lucky and you get the number 1 pick and get Wimbe. You know what I mean? You don't get Wimbe, I don't think you look at this the same.
It's been 3 generations of luck, though, Bert. It's been David Robinson.
Nah, that ain't luck. It's somebody threw a little extra chip in there and they twirl him up there.
Now it's conspiracy now.
You got 2 Spurs balls in there. You got 1 ball, everybody else is in there. The odds is in your favor.
Come on, bro. San Antonio is one of the weakest markets in the NBA. Why would the NBA?
My boy, they had to. You not send the Wimbe to New York.
Why not? It's the biggest market in sports.
It's a great market, but it's a terrible infrastructure there. He go there and everything goes wrong. You need this boy to work out because at the end of the day, you need him to be a superstar because you need the league to go in a certain direction.
So you send him to one of the lowest markets.
They work with Tim
on purpose.
They work with Tim.
You sent him on to the lowest market in the league on purpose.
You sent him somewhere where he is going to be developed and he is going to reach his full potential.
So he went to San Antonio on purpose.
So that later on he could end up in New York.
So you don't think you think the lottery is rigged? Is that what you're saying here?
I ain't saying it's necessarily rigged. I'm just saying that it's kind of crazy that you end up with
the NBA's integrity.
You end up with Tim. And then you end up with Wimbe. Yeah. All can't misses. All can't miss pieces. Like these guys that
so you're saying it's on purpose.
These can't misses.
You're saying it's by design.
I'm just saying that somebody might have slid an extra little ping pong.
The NBA
they had the Spurs
Raymond
logo
Byrd is saying the NBA is rigged.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they slid an extra ping pong ball.
That's rigging. That's rigging the lottery. That's literally rigging the lottery is what you're saying. I don't believe that. I think the lottery is fair and square. I do think there has been a couple of anomalies. Like, dang, the Magic get Shaq, and then they get Dwight. That's crazy. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Wimbe. That's wild.
That's super wild. I don't care. No, it's kind of super wild, bro. Yeah, I mean, listen, I ain't saying nothing.
You just said everything.
I'm just
what are
saying
you talking
somebody
about?
opened up the little canister and saw a couple ping pong balls
they got
that had Spurs logos on there, and it was more than everybody else's. I wouldn't have.
Of course they had more than everybody else. That's how the draft lottery works. That's how.
I don't think they had the worst record in the league last year. I don't think they were supposed to get the first pick last year. Yeah. Now it's that. Yeah,
I'm still not saying
wasn't the projection. They were projected to get.
I'm
Wimbe
still
in the
not
draft.
saying it. It's called a lottery. You're not projected
Wimbe over there celebrating what he got. Who celebrates getting drafted by the Spurs? Nobody celebrates getting drafted by the Spurs. Nobody wants to go there.
You just gave points. You just gave points why he would be excited.
Listen, Zion a couple years ago, first pick in the draft, right? Everybody knew Zion was going one. If Zion would have got picked by the Spurs, he would have smiled like he was supposed to, but he would have been disappointed.
Yeah,
he was disappointed to go to New Orleans. He wanted to go to New York. He wanted to be in them lights. Wimbe was happy to go over there. He knew I need to go somewhere where they're going to develop me and they're going to take care of me. They done dealt with dudes like me before. This is going to put me in a position where I'm going to reach my full potential. That's why they threw a couple of ping
That's
pong
not
balls
what
in
they
there
did.
to make sure my boy is good. And I ain't mad at him because it's going to be great for basketball because he's going to be a superstar.
You gotta stop saying that, bro. That's crazy.
Throw a couple ping pong balls for my Lakers, man, so Brian can get another chip, man.
Nah, don't do
Whoever
that.
Gotta do that.
You can't be on record saying stuff like this because if it happens, then they're gonna be people gonna go back and watch this and they're, they was cheating.
Listen, hopefully, a lot of people go back and watch this. Then let's get these views up. I'm saying that there's a couple ping pong balls that has Spurs logos on there shouldn't have been in there.
Man, you tripping. That's not. I hope Adam Silver sees this, bro.
Shout out to Adam Silver.
Gonna give you a call, man. So the Suns, what's up with Bill? What's going on with that?
Worry me about a back, man. Because a back is not an ACL, that's not a knee, that's something that you don't get over that. You know what I mean? And a back can be one day you're good, then tomorrow that thing lock up.
And you can't do nothing. You hear me? Not a thing.
Nothing. Yo, I'm not even talking about playing basketball, right? You can't go outside and rake the leaves if you need to, if you're back on fire. You know what I mean?
Can't get out of bed.
So that
back pain.
Maybe the Wizards sold y'all a lemon.
Back pain is the most debilitating pain. It shuts the whole body down.
Yo, yeah, facts. If you got a back pain, you want to take that joint off, lay it to the side, and take that thing down.
Take your back off,
and then throw it back on.
Take your back off and get that thing oiled down.
Oil that thing down, and then sliding back on because when you're back on fire.
Your back on fire is crazy. Yo, like the people who played with back pain, salute. Larry Johnson, T-Mac. How? Because, bro, you remember us playing racquetball?
Yeah, my man used to be. And I didn't understand. I'm sitting here like, what's my? I thought he was sweet. I ain't even go. Oh, we playing racket. I'm like, yo, we not even hooping. We even playing racquetball, B. Yeah, you know I mean, why you need to take a break? Why you can't play more games? You know what I mean? But now,
yo, Neil, he was over here clowning me, bro, laughing. This guy got back pain. This guy's sweet.
You're back. You're back different.
Your back different. Your back hold everything together.
So Bill, rest up, my boy. Rest up, my boy.
Bad back Bill, triple B's.
Durant, that's what you get for stealing them 2 chips in Golden State, man. Basketball guys is getting back at you for that.
Oh,
man.
You believe in the basketball guys,
I believe in the basketball guys, man. You stole those 2 chips and thought it was
he was an atheist before you believe in the back. You see?
That's it, man. Try to cheat.
We are a firm believer of the basketball guys here. Don't nothing do this. you will get back. You will get, you know what I mean? Consequences, baby.
Bill that has to be paid.
The basketball guys will send you an invoice, my boy. And you're going to have to pay it. I think the Suns is paying it right now. They don't look, especially defensively, they are terrible.
I think I said that. I said that Nurkic could play, but Nurkic ain't.
It ain't all on Nurkic though, bro.
It's always on your last line of defense. I mean, it's not necessarily just on Nurkic, but your last line of defense hides a lot of the issues on the perimeter. And especially when you got superstars on the perimeter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Superstars typically don't guard at a high level. KD is a solid defender, but he's not a lockdown defender, especially on every possession when his whole mind says, my job is to go get 30.
Yeah.
Bill is not a great defender. Book is not a great defender. They're competent when they have to be. They'll you know what I mean? They'll lock in when they have to lock in.
Well,
but on a consistent basis throughout a game, their mindset is, we can outscore you.
These scores indicate that they need to lock down earlier.
I'm just saying we've seen it, man. We've seen it in Brooklyn. They didn't play defense. That their mindset was, we're going to outscore you. I know I can go get 30. So long as I only let you get 28 and I score 30, we're gonna win. That's the mindset.
How'd that work out in Brooklyn?
Listen, man.
When Boston came to town and they actually played defense and locked that dumb stuff up, you getting swept.
I don't want KD to get nothing.
I don't want KD to get nothing either.
You cheated the basketball gods, and we gotta come get you. It's like on Flash. Remember when Flash was doing wild stuff, and all the other fast people had to come back and come get him? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
they had to come back and they had to slide back. Like, yo, you in here doing wild stuff, going back in time and all that. We gotta come back here and put things right.
Yeah, he was compromising the Speed Force.
So he compromised the basketball force.
He definitely compromised the basketball for us.
Brian should be the GOAT right now because Brian would have had 2 more chips, but you did wild shit.
You did some goofball stuff.
You know what I mean? Brian's supposed to be the undisputed GOAT right now, and you messed that up for us. And now we got to come back and get you.
He get those 2 chips? I still don't think he's the undisputed GOAT.
He's undisputed.
Listen to
GOAT.
me. He's undisputed GOAT to me right now.
But Brian, 4-6 in the finals?
4-6.
He'll be 6-4. 10 finals and you got 6 chips.
Yeah, word. But we got goofball Jordashians out there. Bronca had 10 chips. It don't matter.
They would have no argument. They got an argument now because they got 6 chips. Brian got 6 chips.
Well, they don't have an argument now. 6 chips, 6 schmitch. It don't matter because Bill Russell got 11. We don't talk about Bill Russell at all.
Right.
So if chips are the barrier, if chips are the barometer, that's the end all be all. They should shut the hell up. They had no argument. Right. They had no leg to stand on because Mike ain't even close to having the most chips.
Right.
I mean, I don't get that. But that, we're digressing. We're talking about Naughty Dome right now.
Naughty Dome.
That's what KD stand for to me. Brush your damn head. But we are at the end of quarter number 2. Neil, what's the score?
We got Brian with 21 and Ray with 18.
Close the gap a little bit. We got 4 going out of the first. I've always been a second half player anyway, so I'm better in the clutch.
Right. It should be like an interview. Like, Ray, how do you feel like you did in your first
spring some water on my face. Yeah, I'm a second half player.
It's out there 110%, Brian,
you're a quarter horse. I'm a finisher.
Brian's giving me looks. The refs are impartial. I just want to say that.
Pensgrove would disagree. I'm going to just leave it at that. We're headed into halftime. We'll be right back.
Everybody will disagree about you.
We'll be right back after these messages. This is Halftime, and Halftime is sponsored by If You Know, You Know Trivia Games. This is a trivia game created by a great friend of mine and friend to the show, Saquon Gillette. If You Know, You Know is a 90s to 2020s hip-hop and R&B trivia game. Is created by Saquon Gillette, as I said, a Star Corner production, Star Corner Games, and it's the game you never knew you needed. Guaranteed to have you singing, dancing, laughing, and reminiscing. You'll probably learn something too in the most fun way ever. Is for ages 13 and up, because with hip-hop we have explicit lyrics. But yeah, If You Know, You Know trivia game. Get it on Amazon and wherever games are sold. That is our halftime sponsor. And we are back. Welcome back to High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. We are in the third quarter. I believe I am up 21-18. 21-18, yeah. So we're going to jump into the third quarter, and the third quarter is, we were just talking about Wimbe versus KD in the first half, second quarter. Shaq has some interesting comments saying that he's seen Wimbe before in the form of Phoenix Suns player Bol Bol.
I think it's an opportunity thing, right? It's like they put money behind certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got money behind Wimbe. They want Wimbe to be this superstar, right? They want him to be to segue into the best player in the league, face of the league, right?
Right.
For whatever reason, that wasn't the case with Bol Bol. And I don't understand why, because Bol Bol, you see Bol Bol highlights, they look like Wimbe highlights. Mm-hmm. You just pull up the highlights, not necessarily consistent play. Just pull up his highlights last year with Orlando, and it looked like Wimbe highlights. And Bol Bol at times last year with Orlando was playing great basketball.
Yeah.
I remember Bancaro, their rookie, their best player or whatever. I remember him saying, they were saying something about, are y'all going to be, because Orlando got off to a slow start, and at the time they were in position to potentially draft Wimbe. And I remember him saying that, why draft him? We got him already. You know what I mean? So it was like, they got a very similar ball games. Both play on the perimeter, both super, 7'2", 7'4", whatever the case was.
Right.
And for whatever reason, they didn't believe in Wimbe. I mean, Bol Bol, because even Orlando, he played well there.
And he got shipped.
He got the highlights. They cut him. They didn't ship him. They didn't trade him. They cut him. And he fit their roster.
Mm-hmm.
They cut him. I don't understand why this kid is. Remember when he came out of high school, he was one of the top players in the country.
Facts.
Went to Oregon. I think he played a couple games and something happened. I don't know if he got hurt or his eligibility was in question, but something happened where he ended up not playing the rest of that season and came to the league the following year. But for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, the difference between the two, the hype train was never behind Bol Bol the way it is behind Wimbe.
The hype train wasn't, and will never be behind Bol Bol, because Bol Bol's not better than Wimbe.
I would love to see him play.
They always see.
I would love to see him play.
I understand the similarities. I understand they're virtually the same height, very tall, otherworldly tall, with guard type skills.
Right.
I understand that. Wimbe's is superior.
Have you looked at Bol Bol?
I looked at his game. You sent me highlights of Bol Bol. I watched Orlando play, and I watched Bol Bol get minutes. I've seen flashes of greatness in Bol Bol.
I think if Bol Bol got I think if he was treated the same way that Wimbe has been treated with San Antonio, I think that he'd be on a different career path.
So let's get to why is it he being treated the same way? Let's get into why is he getting in the same opportunities. If he had the same talent, same skill set, he should be able to get the same minutes, the same opportunities, the same reverence as Wimbe, but he's not.
Right.
Could it be an attitude thing? Could it be a work ethic thing? If they're on par, skill-wise and talent-wise, what's the issue?
I don't want to speculate, but I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
But Like I said, anybody, viewers, go look up Bol Bol highlights, and you'll think you're looking at Wimbe. The highlights. I mean, you're talking about the things that got the Wimbe train going to where it is right now was the shot, the 3-pointer missed, and he went and caught. First of all, it's not the first time I've seen Cliff Shaw do that in that summer league game at Pennsgrove before. Cliff Shaw was 6'5" and did it.
We got
which was crazy.
Cliff Shaw shout out.
Listen, that's the first time I ever saw that.
Cliff Shaw
that was crazy. I remember seeing that live. That was super crazy. But look at Bol Bol highlights.
Wait. Cliff Shaw missed the 3-pointer and put back dunk?
Pennsgrove Rec. Doink, for whatever reason, was playing there. You know, Doink was a great defensive player or whatever.
Yeah,
he's guarding Cliff.
Thomas.
Cliff pulled off for a tray ball, missed that joint, caught it off the rim, and threw that thing down super hard. Cliff is 6'5". He's not 7 foot.
Right.
One of the craziest plays I ever saw. But Wimbe, you look at Bol Bol highlights. He grabbing the ball off the backboard, going full court, dunking on every. He got a very similar skill set. I'm not going to sit here and argue, is he better? Never seen them matched up against one another. Mm-hmm. And maybe he's not. Mm-hmm. But I think if they really put some energy behind him, he's a good basketball player. They treat him like he trash. He got cut from a basketball team that he played well for. And I think it's not just basketball. It's not just basketball.
It can't be if Shaq and you are of the mindset that they're on par.
Oh, it's hard to say they're on par because you can see highlights from one guy. It's like, oh, he just like Brian, and then it's Brian. You know what I mean? So maybe Wimbe is better. I'm not debating that. But Bol Bol, you shouldn't be. Oh my gosh, never seen it before. You've seen it before. It was in the league last year. It was in the league. Bol Bol does Wimbe type things. Maybe he's not Wimbe. Maybe he's not, but he does Wimbe type things at 6'2", 6'7", 7'2", 7'4", however tall he is. Mm-hmm. He does amazing things on a perimeter that guys that height are not supposed to be able to do. Facts.
And yet he gets cut.
We in
That's
high
wild to me.
We
That's
in high school.
Difference.
We in high school. You could play, right? Yeah. For whatever reason, we had somebody else starting in front of you that probably should have been starting in front of you. Why? I don't know. Favoritism? I don't know what the case was, but it happens, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get to.
It happens.
That's what I'm trying to get to. You're absolutely right, and that's a good example. It's a great example, but I'll counter with I was actually in the starting lineup at the beginning of the season. So I don't understand what happened.
And I'm guaranteed if you talk to Bol Bol, he'll tell you the same thing. There were times last year with Orlando, he started and played a prominent role.
I'm gonna need that couch. I'm gonna need to lay on the couch and bring my therapist in.
That's some warm milk. Some warm milk.
Yo, what was it? Episode 2, you brought up the rec league where I should have won MVP.
Right.
Then you bring up senior year when I'm in the starting lineup, I get taken out the starting lineup and put at the damn near at the end of the bench for whatever reason. I don't know why. And wind up a year later, starting at the end of the season, my freshman year in college.
Right.
It's weird. But it ain't about me. I ain't gonna trip.
It's about the league.
It's about the league. But you brought it up.
I'm just like you say, I'm the king of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the king of analogies.
I give a great analogy. That's all.
You bringing up painful shit.
Factual. So I'll give you something that you can really work with. You know what I mean?
I think you brought that up because I said something about your Pennsgrove game. That's why I think you brought that up. You're trying to funny. You just that's a low blow, man. It's not right, man.
But I do believe that they get very comparable games. I think if they were both in college, right, at the same time, they weren't in college, but say they both were in college at the same time, we would compare those guys. It's just like Wimbe and Chet. you wanted to see the matchup because they had similar skill sets, similar size, right?
Right.
Bol Bol is in the same conversation as both of those guys. I think if he had got the same opportunity,
I don't think so.
He would be in the same light as both of them.
I don't think so. Why is Wimbe and Chet getting the opportunity and Bol Bol getting cut?
I mean, it's like when you in the NFL, you draft a guy in the first round and you draft a guy in the fifth round. This guy in the first round has a longer leash, and you're going to put more energy behind him because you're more invested. You're more invested in this guy you drafted in the first round versus this guy you drafted in the fifth round.
Okay. Speaking of Shaq has revealed that in the 2001-2002 season, the Lakers' third straight championship, he was 415 pounds. He was listed at 325.
It's crazy. You was 415 pounds. You should have been leading somebody's sweep to the left versus playing basketball. But listen, he's 415 pounds. He averaged 38 and 15 in the NBA Finals and was Finals MVP.
Word.
You know what I mean? And we spoke about it many times. Shaq left a lot of meat on the bone. A lot of meat on the bone. Shaquille O'Neal should be, we talk about Brian and Mike, Shaquille O'Neal should be the greatest basketball player who has ever lived.
And it shouldn't be close. It shouldn't be close. Shaquille, when we talk about greatest of all time, when they had those lists like who should be the number one overall pick out of all the number one overall picks is Shaq. When we talk about who should be the greatest center of all time, is Shaq. When we talk about who should be the all-time leader in points, it should be Shaq. Right. It should be Shaq, all-time leader in blocks. It should be Shaq, all-time leader in rebounds. It should be Shaq, all-time leader in free throw attempts. Shaq should be the leader across the board in several statistical categories. He should have 8 chips. He should have 5 MVPs and about 5 finals MVPs. Shaq should be far and away the greatest player of all time, but we don't even talk about him as far as GOAT discussion.
That's his fault.
It is his fault.
And I think it's one of those, gift and the curse things, right? You come into camp and you come into the season, you 415 pounds and you put up 38 and 15. So what incentive do you have to come in tip-top shape when I'm out of shape and I put up 38 and 15 and I'm the best player in the world and I win a championship? But I think now as an older and you realize that, golly, I should be in those conversations, but I'm not, because of what I didn't do. If Shaq approached the game like Kobe, like Bron, just putting yourself in the best position
like
to
Mike.
Put your best on display at all times, is no question Shaq would be the greatest basketball player ever. I still do believe he's the best center ever. I don't think nobody could do anything with him. Shaq was an animal that we've never seen.
I agree,
and I
with
think
you.
that he's one of those rare players, right? Sometimes you get guys like LeBron and Shaq where you're never going to see that again. You never, like Mike, 6'6" guard. During his time, that was special. 6'6" athletic guard. Today's league is sitting on the back at the back of the bench. You know what I mean? You could go to LA Fitness and see the 6'6" guard who jumps out of the building, but you're not going to run into the 7'2", 300-pound big who runs like a deer. You're not seeing, especially
with a 40-inch vertical.
And the direction the basketball is going in now, you're never seeing that again. These guys playing on the perimeter, you're never seeing another Shaq, and you're probably never going to see another LeBron. You've seen 6'8" guys who can handle the rock a little bit, but not LeBron. Nah. So sometimes you get a 1-of-1, and Shaq wasted his 1-of-1. You were a 1-of-1, nothing like you, and you should have dominated in a way that we've never seen before, and you left me
and he did, which makes it seem like when we say stuff like this, it makes it seem like we're nitpicking a bit, because he did dominate. He does have 4 chips. He does have 3 straight finals MVPs and 1 MVP. He is 10th all time in scoring with 28,000 points, but Shaq should have 40,000 points, bro.
He should. He should have more.
Shaq should have
more everything.
There's no way Moses Malone, who I love, there's no way Moses Malone should have 3 MVPs to Shaq's 1. There's no way Moses Malone should have more points and more rebounds than Shaq. There's no way.
I think we went another episode. We was talking about, how's Clay going to handle his contract. Go play as a professional. Some people are professionals, right? Kobe was a professional. I am a professional basketball game. This is my life. This is my livelihood. And my expectation for what I want to come of this, I want to be the greatest ever. So I know I got to conduct myself a certain way. Mm-hmm. Shaq didn't treat it that way. Shaq wanted to have fun. He wanted to have a good time. He wanted to be successful and he wanted to win championships, but he didn't associate having to do those things with it, especially when you have the success he had without doing it. You know, it catches up with you later on in your career. Kobe, Brian, Mike, these guys were professionals. I am going to squeeze everything I can out of this. As much what Brian is, I'm going to get as much greatness as I can get out of this. I'm gonna get out of it.
Brian is like, I'm gonna get a pension. Brian, I'm gonna do 30 years, and Brian is gonna do. We always thought like Kobe, nobody got as much out of them as they could than Kobe. Kobe squeezed the life out of his NBA career, right? I think Brian is gonna one up him. I think he already has.
He has. I mean, Kobe had 2-3 throwaway years because he was hurt. Really anything hurt, and the last year, you weren't yourself. I think Brian is still an elite basketball player, so he is squeezing in regards to a way I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you're a great basketball player, all-star caliber, all NBA caliber player that can win championships. Kobe in his career, no disrespect to Kobe, he was a great player, but those were throwaway years. That wasn't Kobe,
right? But here's why I'm saying he squeezed the life out of his career, because they had an interview with his trainer, who was Mike's trainer, Tim Grover. Tim Grover said, Kobe, nobody worked harder than Kobe. Kobe worked harder than Mike. Mike worked smarter. Kobe worked himself to exhaustion and broke his body completely down. That's why I'm saying he literally squeezed the life out of his NBA career, because he was no more good.
Right. I mean, I'm a professional. I mean, I got goals. My goal wasn't just to get here. My goal wasn't like Shaq. I averaged 38 and 15. I won a championship. Kobe was, all right, we got one. I won. He got 6.
I won 7.
He got 11. I won 12.
I won 12.
Like, word. You know what I mean? Like, that was the goal was that. You know what I mean? Shaq didn't approach it like that, because if he did, it would be no question who was the greatest basketball player ever. And you wouldn't be catching him, because that's something we will never see again.
Agreed. And I've been saying this for years. I'm glad you agree, because I didn't think you was going to agree with me.
I've always been a Shaq guy, though.
No, you've been a Shaq guy.
We would debate best centers, and I always was. Shaq is always my guy. Shaq is to me is, you can argue top 5 all time. Yeah, Shaq is special.
But there's the reason why I push back on that, because we say he ain't approached the game like that.
He didn't get everything off the bone. Facts. But his bone had more meat on it, so he probably got more meat than most.
Yo, you gotta use different analogies.
Yo, pause on everything.
You gotta
pause on everything.
You gotta watch your mouth, dog. We try not to do that here. You know, we know Cam and Mace got that sewn up. But I let it go for about 5 minutes. I let it go for about 5 minutes.
Listen, man, this is what I meant to say with Shaq.
Meat on the bone. No, he had more meat on his bone than everybody. Jesus Christ. What is going on here, bro?
We talking about turkey legs.
This ain't it is what it is, but you gotta chill. 5 points deduction.
I did wild out a little bit. I apologize.
We got Brian.
Bone is wild.
Brian's got like 2 3s in that, I think. For Shaq comments and the Wimbe. No, Ray's got Ray had some good drives. I liked a lot of the stuff.
Like how you using our points as actual actions on the basketball court. Right. That's pretty dope, Neil. That's a nice new wrinkle that you throwing into the game.
Oh, he doesn't need to. I'm just trying to think of how. Yeah, I mean, in a conversation, how to keep it. Yeah, I liked a lot of that. Yeah.
So at the end of the third,
we're at what? Let's see here. I think Brian's got a pumping up 16 right there. Dang, dude. It's tough. Brian's at 37. Yeah. And Ray, what do we got? Oh,
Shit. Ooh, your last statement at the end of the quarter was crazy. It should stay at 18.
The Olipop, man.
That Olipop ain't you gotta cut a check first before you get sponsors.
I found this new flavor at Target. This cherry cola. If y'all ain't drinking Olipops, man, y'all need to get on these joints. It's different, man. Great, refreshing drink, and it's good for you, man. I'm not a soda drinker, but if y'all soda drinkers, y'all just something y'all need to convert over to, man. It's good for you, man. Keep your digestion, keep your body flowing right, man. Because y'all bodies ain't flowing where they need to. I see y'all on Facebook.
Now you.
All right, yeah, coming into the fourth quarter. Brian 37.
I'm
Ray,
a fourth
31.
quarter player anyway, so I ain't even worried.
You just said you was a second half, third quarter player. Now you're a fourth quarter player.
I got the most clutch points in high basketball history.
So we're going to get into the fourth quarter. The score is 37 me, 31 Ray. And the fourth quarter topic, AAU and high school basketball, AAU and high school hoops, then versus now. This is a topic that Ray sent to me. I guess he has some thoughts on it.
My son played some AAU ball, right? Mm-hmm. And I think the difference now than it was before. Once a month, like when we was in high school, right?
Yeah.
The best played AAU ball. You had to be tough. Everybody didn't go play AAU ball.
There was invites involved.
Right. Like you had to be tough to play AAU ball.
Yeah.
Now I think it's, you on the team and you ain't getting no minutes. My dad started the AU squad, so now I'm getting minutes. You know what I mean? That's how it is now. Like, so it's so many different AAU squads, and I think everybody's playing. So I think, and then you guys, it's so much daddy ball out there. You see it not just with basketball, football. You got so much daddy ball where you got kids not getting their way in one situation. Oh, it's not going my way here.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's going to start a team, or my cousin has a team now, or my friend has, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's too much parent involvement in AAU ball and these traveling teams. It's too many parents involved in the progression of what these kids are. And I think it's actually stunting the kids' growth because
they're not allowing the kids to be coached.
They ain't allowed to be coached. They ain't allowed to be disciplined. You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't going the way that the parent thinks their kid is a superstar and their kid isn't being treated like a superstar, they have an issue with it. So you can't coach them. You can't, that's a bad shot or nothing like that. You know, when you got the kids on the, you get the bomb on the sideline telling the kid he's Steph Curry, pull up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's too much parent involvement in all of this. And I think it's taken away from.
What's the solution? Get the parents out?
I don't think there is a solution. I think it's like with social media. Everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody has an AU squad.
Yeah.
It's too easy to start one. And it's too easy to take your team from one situation to the next. It's like in college, right? You play a year on a basketball team and you don't like something that took place, or you don't like a guy that they're bringing in.
Yeah.
You leave. It's easy. You know what I mean? I'm on the team. I started last year. I might have struggled a little bit, right? And I see, you recruited Brian Isley? We play the same position? I'm out of here. I don't like you no more. Or the coach yelled at me. He raised his voice at me. I'm out of here. It's too easy. It's too much. I mean, and I'm wrong player movement because I've seen situations where guys get stuck and you get punished for being in a situation, but it's too much now. And I think you're making these kids super soft now. That's why we talked last episode about rivalries. You don't get no rivalries no more. Dogs, you don't get no dogs no more. The best players ain't dogs. You know, the dogs is the Patrick Beverleys, the guys who had to grind to get here. The guys that are the superstars, they ain't no dogs. They ain't got it in them.
You think they've been coddled their entire childhood?
Been coddled your entire life because you've been told you were good at something. And even when you weren't good at it, I'm going to put you in a situation where you are good. You know what I mean? On this team, you might not be the best player. I'm going to take you and move you to this other team where you are the best player. Go to these players and go. If you want to go track their history, they've been on 4 or 5 different high school teams. They went to 2 different colleges. I mean, like we're gonna put you in a position to get to your ultimate goal, but your path to get there is made you sassy. That's how you get. That's how you get to. I mean,
oh my God!
Go ahead.
I think when we were playing, it was towards one extreme. The extreme was we don't know anything, right? So we're just hooping.
Right.
Wherever we can find somewhere to hoop, we're hooping. We didn't have the knowledge of AAU and traveling teams and stuff like that. We just couldn't wait for basketball season. And I think the location where we were, it was just like nobody around us knew what was going on either. So we just got what we got and we had to make it work. And that's one extreme that's not too good. I don't think you, especially because you were great back then. I think you didn't get some of the looks you should have got because of the area, the location that we were in, and you weren't privy to some of the opportunities that some others got. And I feel like if you would have got that, you would have been in a better position. You wouldn't have to grind. You wouldn't have to go to JUCO and stuff like that. Now everybody gets a shot.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Everybody gets a shot. If you don't feel, I remember we had these conversations. Yo, we gonna transfer to this school. Never did it.
Because it wasn't really possible.
It wasn't really even.
It wasn't really in the car.
It was a pipe dream.
Right.
It was a pipe dream to transfer to a high school.
Now
I just transferred both of my kids over the summer.
Right.
It's easy.
Right.
It's easy now. And as a result, the easier things get for kids, somebody told me to say, I think it was my dad, over each generation gets wiser but weaker.
That's facts.
They know more, but they damn sure ain't gonna do more because they don't have to.
Right. I know, like with my son, like, you know, I played ball. I love basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, no one had to walk up to me and say, "Yo, you want to hoop?" I'm going to everybody because I want to hoop. You know what I mean? You gotta pry the basketball out of my hand, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, my son, but I didn't want to force it on him. You know, my son was tough, especially when he was young. He was tough, but he never loved it. He never loved basketball. He liked it, but he ain't love it. Like I had to, yo, let's go to the gym. Yo, they want you to play AAU ball. You want to play? I guess, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't a love for me. It was, I want to hoop. And I just think that's you coddle. You know, I worry about that a lot of times. Like I coddled him, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you want to give them everything you ain't have.
You ain't have, yeah.
So, and by doing such, you know, they come out a little sweet. He a little sweet. You know what I mean? Young boy, a little sweet. Like, he got, everything's been handed to him. So that grind, that dog, that I want this more than you ain't in him.
Yeah. I just think it was more of a, like I say, he didn't love the games, kind of indifferent. Same thing with my youngest daughter. Yeah, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna try out. Like, you're gonna try out? You playing basketball this year? You didn't pick up a basketball all summer.
Right.
You ain't pick up a basketball since the last time you played in a league.
Right.
Which was 2 years ago. And you just gonna go to tryouts? And she was very nonchalant about it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go to tryouts.
That's exactly what my son went to high school. Ain't played ball all 8th grade year. And said, yo, I'm going to try out. He made it. You know what I mean? But but it was like, play basketball. I'm like, yo, like, what's the goal? I know. And I just, how did that happen? That Joel said,
yo, I just want you to know you lost today.
Yeah, we're going to cut in right there. So this way people can see it, because I'm going to cut that out to be professional. But I'm going to call it a 3-point foul. I'm going to say Brian pulled up for a 3-point. There was a foul.
I got fouled. You undercut me.
So
you ain't give me no land.
Yo, that alarm is for 1:45 every day. I pushed it back to 2:45. And it just went off.
Okay.
Because it's 2:45, right?
Right.
Okay.
I should have just. I mean, listen.
But you was here's why it's your fault.
I need that reminder.
Here's why it's your fault. Had you been here on time, we would have been wrapped.
I can't be held accountable for traffic.
We would have wrapped already, and the alarm could have went off. And no harm, no foul.
You know what I mean, like a lot of things be happening in the life. Life be happening sometimes, man.
We only got 3.5 minutes left, so I don't want to take it away from
You gonna redeem yourself in the 3. Listen, I think we're on the same. We've been on the same mindset with this issue, and with kids in general. Like I said, as generations go, they're going to get it. They're going to have an easier way. That's what we want for our kids. We wanted them to have an easier path than we have. That's why we work so hard to provide that. We get it, but like you said, as basketball gods, there's also life gods. As consequences to that. There's different results for that. I try to, we try to give them the things that we wanted to have as a kid. We try to give them the things that we didn't have. But I also try to be conscious of giving them things that did work for me.
It's tough. It's tough. You mean
it's a tough balance.
Ain't no book, ain't no parenting for dummies out there. You know what I mean? It's tough because like you said, in one hand you want to make things easier for them. You know what your path is. I think somebody said to me back in the day, like, if you knew what was hard and what was tough on you, why would you want to pass that on to somebody else?
Word.
You know what I mean? So on the other end, you want to make things as easy as possible. I want you to have everything I didn't have, but then the results are, how do you be hardened by certain things, right? Because I didn't have this, and I had to go work out of high school. So you got certain things that you got to do to go get things that you want that are being handed to somebody else. So what do you do when it's hard? Because it ain't really been hard for you yet.
Right. It's just like, our last subject, we was talking about Shaq. Shaq was 415 pounds. He was morbidly obese, still finals MVP, 3-time champion. It was easy for him. Like with your son, he ain't work on his game at all. Still made the team. It's easy for him. I seen the look of dejection on your face. I seen you get cut.
Right.
So I saw what that did to you. I was there the whole summer working out with you to get you back right. I also seen you go down when you broke your leg. It's stuff that happened to you who made you the basketball player that you became.
They was dumb though. Like, I was in 8th grade dunking. How I get cut? They bugging.
Cause you shot with both hands.
Listen, I was
You had a 2-hand dunk shot.
I was, matter of fact, that was 7th grade. I'm in 7th grade dunking a basketball.
You had.
How am I not making a basketball team? Like, that's why they was dumb.
You had a 2-hand jump shot.
I don't care if I shot with one leg and whatever.
There was a time during the summer where you did.
I was better than most. All dudes.
This dude played all summer on one leg
and was getting buckets. Listen, we just grew up in one of those places where it was based upon favoritism, and you know what I mean. That's
absolutely.
It was favoritism, and if you wasn't in the mix, you wasn't in the mix.
Oh, absolutely.
So
agreed. And that goes for youth football, basketball, everything.
I had no business getting cut on that 8th grade basketball team in 7th grade, but I did. Here's what it is. But
I'm just saying that
it turned me into later on those same people who made the team. When we got to high school, I was a superstar, and they didn't make the team. So,
right.
You know what I mean? It is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. I just kids don't have it tough. Things don't happen to them that happen to us. And I guess we're doing a good job in that regard.
Right.
From keeping things from happening to them that sharpen us and harden us. But it's a double-edged sword.
Right. Facts. Definitely a double-edged sword.
So what's the score now? That's the end of the fourth quarter. It's a great thought-provoking topic, bro.
This one was.
I came up with the topic, so I get 3 points for
that. So it evens out because you lost.
So I had Ray just for the take out of the gate with like a 2 3-pointers, and then his alarm went off. So there was a foul, obviously. So what is that?
Free throws, by the way.
Yeah, you made all of them. You did make all of them. I got that. So and then boom. Ray's sitting pretty with 41.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see if Brian. Let's see.
I'm just gonna give it
Brian.
Fine, that's it. I ain't hear much else that moved the needle. 41-40, man.
Nah,
we're gonna move on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Brian had 2 just for there, then 3. Did make all 3 there. We're talking 5, 7 right there. So 44.
So at the end of the fourth quarter, Brian Isley 44, Raymond Byrd 41.
See, this is the type of
I am now 2.
Harden. You get cheated, it hardens you. So I'm gonna come back better next episode.
You got cheated. You cheated yourself, my boy.
Listen, man, this is the type that we were just talking about. Like, it's the trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? I'm not just debating B, I'm debating against Neil too.
That's bull. That's bull. Don't do that. That is complete cap. But now we're headed into what's the record now? So it's 2 1-1. 2 me, 1 him, 1 tie, because we felt sorry for him. We are headed into the OT, and our off topic for today, we have 2 of them actually. We're going to start with he was a former number 1 overall pick in 1995
out of Maryland,
coming out of Maryland as a sophomore. Joe Smith. His wife has an OnlyFans page, and she made the page without his knowledge or consent. They went on to have a fiery argument that was recorded by the wife and posted online.
Let me lean in.
Okay.
First of all, we start with why you recorded it, right? Did you record it for clicks? Like, why would you record that conversation? Obviously. That's crazy. The other part is Joe Smith, man. You signed up for what you got. Like, she was a former porn star, and you surprised that she would have a OnlyFans on deck. I mean, obviously, it sounds like, money ain't right, because she said that I had to go get an OnlyFans to, do some things I needed to do. Which is also wild, crazy. But then, I'm like, here's the other question: like, what is she doing in the Only? Is she really wilding out in there? Is it a foot fetish type joint, or is she in here wilding out in there?
Where it gotta be. She gotta be wilding out, because her excuse to that was, it's just me in the videos. I ain't with nobody else.
Right. It's just me. So I'm really wilding out. But then I'm like, Joe ain't really wild out himself. Like, he was upset. Like, yo, that's crazy. You got but but Joe, like, she already out there. Like, I'm pretty sure you can type that name in on whatever site you get your fix from, and you can see what she got to offer. So it ain't like she displaying something that you can't see anyway. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
and she told him in the video, you knew what I was about.
Facts. Listen, I was a porn star, and you married. First of all, Joe, that's old.
This is just a tough look overall. This is a tough look. Even this shot, slippers on,
ashy as hell.
It's a whole problem down here, and that's a tough look.
So, yo, he said he don't look too upset. He look upset, my boy. He
still got Golden State paraphernalia on. Like,
it's an updated joint. That's a Curry. It got Curry on there.
I know, but you take that off. You are looking crazy, man. Listen, I don't know. I just feel like you married a porn star. You gonna be surprised she doing porn star type activities? That's what they do, right?
Yeah, that's what they
make OnlyFans pages and they sell content. That's what porn stars do.
Yeah.
So I understand she kept it behind your back, but this is what you would. I mean, you surprised? Would you be surprised? Let's say you wifed John, and her prior profession was a porn star.
Mm-hmm. Her prior life, yeah.
Would you be upset? Oh, let me think of this, right? I want you to answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
But then I seen a porn star on some John. She said that her porn bodies are different than her real bodies. They two different categories. Her real bodies is low, but her porn bodies is obviously crazy because this is how she getting her money.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Hell no, it's not a real thing.
Can you separate your body?
It's not a real thing. Unless she's splicing herself. No, unless she got a clone. No. Her body is her body. You talk about
the whole same. So it's the same body though. You're using the same body.
You talk about meat on the bones, a lot of meat over there, like that. She like, come on, bro. That's the ridiculous logic.
I'm just saying. She said
that some of these Jones have. That is ridiculous. That is asinine. That's crazy to even say that. I can't believe whoever the porn star was that she fixed her face to say that.
Right.
That is crazy. That's wild. But going back to your original question, we're both married, and before you were married, you were a different person.
Correct.
You lived your life in a different way. Once you got married, there were certain rules and compromises that you had to make in order to make your marriage work.
Correct.
So I don't understand how she doesn't understand that this doesn't fly now.
I get it. I'm pretty sure she understands it doesn't fly. But what I'm saying is that, I moved a certain kind of way. You can't possibly be. Would you be surprised? B, you married a porn star, and then you find out she acting wild crazy behind your back. You might be upset. I thought she was going to change. But surprise.
That's the conversation we had.
I'm just saying. You made these promises
First of all,
me.
Don't put this example on me because that ain't never gonna happen. I'm never doing no nut stuff like that. That's wild, crazy Joe Smith. You bugging. You
in the league.
You bugging for even wifing that.
You
That's
in the
crazy.
league. You got your pick, and you picked her. She might have did something crazy to my.
Had to be doing something crazy.
She might have slid on him with the
something crazy
leprechaun suit on or whatever, and you know what I mean.
And hit him with the two-fisted churro.
Right, like she did something. They make listen. That's wild crazy.
That's wild crazy.
Because you ain't had to commit to that.
Listen,
you're a millionaire.
Zion got caught out there too.
He got caught out. He ain't married her.
But he was still messing with a well-known porn star.
He having a great time. He ain't wifing her.
Is he having a great time now? Because she went crazy on him.
And it blew over. He's back to playing basketball. And we ain't talking about it.
We talking about it now. Because that was a crazy situation.
Listen, enjoy yourself. You ain't supposed to wife him.
Joe Smith, you wife.
You wild crazy for wifing her. And she's right. What did you expect her to? I mean, she is what she is.
That's crazy to say. That's disrespectful to say.
That's
disrespectful to say. I understand what you're saying, but it's still disrespectful.
I would kneel.
Spring, I mean, if we had to
be surprised?
No, I think there's 2 points, right? Like I would be surprised in the fact, I think she recorded it because he either started to have a reaction, so she turned on the camera just to be he's a big guy, it's still like a big guy, just be like, hey, I'm telling him, but also, that's also like, you shouldn't be scared of your husband. You probably should. And then 2, it's disrespectful. I agree with Brian on the side because she could have talked to him before. I mean, she could go do whatever, but and he shouldn't be surprised, but he is being ambushed in a way by doing it
ambushed
that way.
In 2 ways. Ambushed that I found out without you telling me that you don't have an OnlyFans, and I'm being ambushed because you're recording my reaction to it.
What are you doing with it though? You got the information now.
Right. It's a good point.
It's no other guy in there.
Yeah.
She dolo. What you doing with it? You leaving?
Oh, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yo, go get these dummies money. That's adorable. Go get these guys money. I don't give a shit. That's me.
B,
I'm getting the bread.
Yeah.
so you rocking out.
I'm getting the bread, but we're gonna have a conversation, and I'm breaking the camera. We're not talking about this in front of
Not in
everybody
front of
else.
the camera. You got me looking crazy.
You got me looking goofy as hell. I'm not doing that. And I got the clean face shave. I look crazy as is.
Yeah.
You bugging. Like, I already look like a goofball.
I might slide. I might have to slide on that one. It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
You sharing the body
It's
to the where I don't care if you dolo or not. And then you ain't give me a chance to agree on it.
Yeah.
And then you got me on camera trying to embarrass me. And then you posted it.
You posted it.
Not only did you record it, you posted.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I gotta slide.
You got me on camera during the argument, but you ain't got me on camera making moves in these OnlyFans with you. Like, what's going on? Let's make this money together. Like, what we doing out here?
Listen, I'm sliding. We done.
That's disrespectful. We've counted 4 counts of disrespect.
Yeah, I'm done. We can't.
4 counts of disrespect on her part.
Your Honor, Your Honor, there's 4 counts against the witness.
4 counts of wild disrespect, Your Honor.
Wow, disrespect.
That's crazy. But okay. Wow. Actually, we did 6 minutes on that. We did half the OT on that. Good. Did I come up with that? I came up with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Also came up with this one too. Marcus Jordan asked his father, Michael Jordan, to be his best man at his wedding to Larsa Pippen.
First of all, I blame Tang Eyes. This whole debacle.
Tang Eyes is Michael Jordan. His eyes look like are the color of Tang.
Tampico.
Sunny D eyes.
Listen, man, this is I don't care what you and Scotty going through. You tell your young boy he bugging.
Yeah.
You're bugging. You cannot engage in a relationship with Scotty. Scotty ain't just a dude who was on the team. Scotty was my right-hand man.
Word.
You cannot engage in a relationship with his ex-wife.
I don't care if we beefing or not. I don't care if Scottie Pippen put out a book
and
about
I'm not
me.
In the wet with it. Yo, listen, first of all, she should feel crazy. At one point in time, you had to hold him.
As a child.
You held him. Like y'all all were friends at some point in time.
She was there when the Bulls were winning championships.
Listen, when he was born, Scotty and Mike was wild close. You had to probably be at the christening. You was at events with this little baby.
I don't know about
and
all
she
that.
knew then.
Right, you're wild crazy.
That's wild crazy, and it's a double standard because had roles reversed, we get trashed as men.
I mean, what's my man? Puff getting it off. People happy for Puff.
Is he
with Miami?
Is he?
I don't listen. She's the host. Marcus, nobody else.
You Michael Jordan's son.
Nobody else. You had to go get with Scotty's John.
You Michael Jordan's
with
son.
That your off top. I thought it was revenge. I was like, yo, Mike is petty as hell for sicking his young boy on Scotty's wife.
If you thought that would be not
Tang Eyes is like that.
That's
You see how he moving with Isaiah. You see how he moving with Zeke. That's crazy. Tang Eyes is capable of this.
I got chills when you say that because that pisses me off.
Yeah,
the whole Isaiah, we ain't even go. That's a whole nother episode because that pisses me all the way off. The way the narrative is set up,
it's corny.
It's super corny.
But Mike, shut that down. You let them get to the point where they gonna get married.
Hold on. To Tang Eyes' credit, he did say on TMZ that he did not approve of any of this. They asked him.
Listen,
and he said no.
I'm telling my son, no. She is off limits. I'm telling my son that. She is off. We're friends, right?
Yeah.
You know me since before I had children, am I correct?
Yeah.
My son grows up and he is dating your wife. You ain't rocking with me no more, right?
I'm not rocking with you or him. and we got to get to it.
You got to get to it with me?
With both y'all. Yo, he old enough to get at my wife. He old enough to catch these hands.
Yo, Marcus, man, it's too many females that you rich. You got pick of the litter. You have anybody you want.
You get shares of Jordan brand. You're tripping.
You wanted her? I mean, I don't know.
Future got songs about this John.
Listen, man, that's what it's disrespectful. It's embarrassing to Scotty. And it's just another reason I don't like Tang Eyes.
It ain't got nothing to do with Tang Eyes, though.
You just told me you won't smoke with me. It wouldn't have nothing to do with me either.
I gotta beat you up off GP. It's your kid.
Listen, I feel some type of way, but I'm on Scotty's side, and
it's wild. It's a wild situation, bro.
Yo, she held you. What's the age gap?
Oh,
that's a damn good question.
What's the age gap?
They usually put that right in here. Looks like Marcus is 32.
And she gotta be in her 50s.
Yeah, I don't know.
She definitely held you.
She's 49. It's a 17-year difference.
But that's a Hollywood 57. Right. She says she's 49, and you know what I mean? Come on, she's on the Real Housewives, so she means she's 56. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Marcus, Tang Eyes sicked you on her, didn't he? Tang Eyes did it.
See, I like this. I like that Ray is like so deep in the conspiracy of the whole thing, where it's just like, nah,
yo, he's a conspiracy.
He sent an emissary.
Like, yo, I know Mike.
The lottery is rigged. Michael Jordan sick Marcus on Larsa.
Listen, for all y'all on that lottery wave, you can't go to no Wawas. You can't go to no shop breaks. You got to go to the spot.
I'm talking about the NBA lottery.
Oh, I'm talking about real lottery for y'all. If y'all want some real money, you got to go in the hood to the spot that's barely standing.
You got to go to the mom and pop
grab your tickets from. You can't. Ain't gonna be no nice establishment. But
yeah, why is automated anyway? You ain't gonna win nothing out of there.
Tang Eyes did it, man. I blame him. I knew he did it. That was his way of getting back at Scotty.
That's crazy. That's whack. He ain't do that.
He did it.
Mike ain't do. And
when the relationship take place, it started right around the time when Scotty was talking that, you know, LeBron's better, blah blah blah. They had their little falling out. Next thing you know, it surfaces that Mark is in a relationship with Larsa. Same time frame, big. That's Tang Eyes.
See, they met in 2019. Pippen ain't start tripping.
They ain't meet in 20. They met. I mean, I'm talking about
they got together.
They met 32 years ago.
They got together. It just said the pair met at a party in 2019 and became friendly, and they got together.
Yo, they didn't become. They met. They became friendly 32 years ago when she carried you when you were a newborn baby.
She probably is godmom.
You know what I mean? They met 32 years ago. They ain't beat 2019.
All right, he just started knocking it down.
Listen,
Pippen didn't start tripping till after The Last Dance, which was 2020.
Listen, that's vague. 2019, 2020 is when they met.
So you're going to just take a whole year. You just going to disregard a whole year.
Tang Eyes did it. He sicked this young boy on her.
Yo, and all you other shows out there, don't copy our slang either. Don't take Tang Eyes. Tang Eyes is originated by me. It's used by high IQ basketball. I've been using it for about 3 years now. I see y'all already out there taking my menus, taking my dishes and all that for the 40-piece and the 50-piece wings and all that. I let that go. But don't take the Tang Eyes. Don't take none of that. I originated a lot of stuff and y'all be taking it. And I'm just leaving it at that. That's what I'm mad about. I ain't mad about Marcus Jordan and all that stuff. Mike already said, nah, he ain't with it.
Scotty,
it is what it is. At the end of the day, that dude, 32 years old, he gonna make his own decisions, whether Mike approve of it or not.
Listen, you off the Jordan brand. you not doing that to Scotty. That's not Randy Brown. You know what I mean?
It's not Pete Myers.
It's not Pete Myers. That's Scotty.
Not BJ Armstrong.
You're not doing. I'm not letting you do that to Scotty. That's my guy. Scotty done been to the crib.
That's not his guy. That's not his guy.
Yo, I
no
know
more.
we beefing right now, but that's Scotty and Mike, right? When you associate them championships, it's Scotty and Mike. You don't do that to Scotty, man. I'm not allowing my son to do nothing like that. He wild, crazy for allowing young boy to do. They should have shut that down off top.
How? What do you?
I'm telling you, you can't do that, or I'm cutting you off.
You cutting him off.
I'm cutting him off the money. You still my son. I'm cutting you off the money. It's too many. It's too many.
Doing that.
It's too many women out here, B.
You're not doing that.
You rich.
You're not cutting.
I'm cutting him off the money. I'm cutting him off the money.
You're not doing that.
I'm doing that.
You'll make that threat. You'll call it bluff, but you ain't doing that because Mike ain't do it.
I'm telling you, I'm doing it because it's not like, yo, it's 5 women out here and like, oh, Dad, what else I'm supposed to do? It's millions of women out here, and you have access to all of them because you are rich and you are famous and you are my son. You can choose and find a better version of her, a younger version of her. Mm-hmm. Why you got to choose her? I'm shutting that down.
And you can't shut it down.
I'm shutting it
down. He's a 32-year-old grown-ass man.
You're right. But you off the nipple. You off the nipple. You gotta earn your own.
I'm pretty sure he got a trust fund somewhere. He good.
You off the nipple.
I'm pretty sure he good. Mike cut the faucet off. I guarantee there's been money running off that faucet for so long that he's good.
Listen, you be good without this faucet then. You ain't getting no new milk. You can whatever you refrigerated, you can use that.
There's milk coming out the faucet.
Whatever you refrigerated, you can rock off that. You ain't rocking off this warm milk no more. That's dead. You ain't doing. That's too disrespectful, man. You got me looking crazy. It look crazy to me. That's Scotty, man. Scotty's wife. Of all the females in the world, you choose my man's wife. That looks crazy, man.
It is crazy.
Is the kids gonna be there? Is the little Pippen that was on the Lakers? He gonna be there?
Little Pippen.
Little Pippen gonna be there?
Scotty Jr.
Yo, if I'm Scotty, I'm telling little Pippen, like, you look crazy if you disrespect me if you there.
True.
You shouldn't be rocking with her. If I'm the son, I ain't rocking with her. Why you wild?
Her track record is for public record too. Like Future, Beasley.
Or what if this is like Game of Thrones and these are like two big houses?
Game of Thrones type stuff, yo. It's the Lannisters and the Starks getting married.
And they're trying to that's what it feels like. They're trying to get together so their kids can eventually be another dynasty or something.
It's crazy, man.
But it's once removed because it's Marcus Jordan. It ain't Mike. It ain't.
He said it's diluted a little bit.
It's diluted. It's like Kevin Lannister marrying somebody. Right. It don't hold as much weight as Jamie.
Nah, it's the dwarf.
It's Tyrion.
Because Marcus was ass at Illinois.
Marcus went to UCF.
Who was at Illinois?
The other one.
They both was ass.
Yeah, Marcus with the UCF. Marcus the one with the goggles.
Both was trash.
What was the other bull's name? Was his name Jeffrey?
I don't even hear him no more.
Joffrey.
Where he at? You don't never hear him.
He chilling. He minding his business and he not knocking off his dad's former teammate's wife.
Because he's a millionaire and he got the pick of the litter everywhere else. I ain't got to mess with Scotty's John. He's bugging. And you married her?
He's going to. He's going
crazy, bro.
He's going to, and he expects his father not only to be there, but to be his best man.
Nah, I'm not the best man. I'm gonna show up. I ain't the best man.
That's kind of weird too. Like it popped me. Does that mean you ain't got no friends? And based on your actions, I can see why. Look at Wild Goofy out here, my boy.
Yeah, definitely Wild Goofy.
That's been episode 4 of High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. Thank you so much for continuing to support this show. You can follow us on Instagram at HIQ Hoops. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you are aware of when we air. For Raymond Byrd, Neil, super producer Neil, I am Brian Isley. Peace. We will see you later this week.
Need a cut? I know I do. At least once every few days. What's that? You can't afford it. Price is too high? no need to worry. Phenomenal's Barbershop and Salon offers top-notch grooming at an affordable price with no long waits. Located at 40 Berlin Road, Clementon Lake Plaza, New Jersey, right next to Clementon Park. Call 856-782-4900 to set up an appointment, pull up, and walk out looking phenomenal.
I'ma have to tie my Nikes for this one. I'ma go for like a quadruple double. We playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose it, the only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. If fortune favors the bold, that's why I keep on just winning. If timing is just the essence, then I'ma keep on just spending. I'm worth a couple of bucks, shout out to Antetokounmpo. Dropping in b-ball facts that's seeping into your glue buds. Advising like Tony Kukoc, you getting into it mucho. Directing all these plays like my name was Tony Russo. Ballin', that's how we do, so I'm going in for the win. Penetrate the lane like we way back in 2010. I'm stomping straight in my Timbs. The basics just like I'm Tim. I'm dunking on you haters. A poster is where you live. It's magic all in my wrist. Steph Curry, we going swish. It's showtime like the 80s. Basketball is where we live. I'm highly gifted and skilled. I'm going in for the kill. The game is on the line. Raymond Byrd, hey, yo, what's the deal? Pass it to Brian Isley. I bet he probably surprised me. High IQ basketball is the show and it's not a hobby. Playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose it, the only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. We playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose it, the only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.